This pattern, called the Water Cricket, is the first pattern found in Pritt's classic book North Country Flies, and it uses the breast feather taken from a golden plover, which is this here. Now, in Pritt's illustration, the feather seems to be darker than it actually is. Pritt hand paints those illustrations, so they're often not quite as precise as they should be. So, as I say, the breast feather taken from the golden plover is slightly lighter in shade than the one that is illustrated in Pritt's book. So that's an important point to know. Now, the silk he uses, he says orange, but he never says whether it's a lighter orange or a darker orange. Personally, I like a fairly darkish hot orange to dress this pattern with, and he gives two dressings for it. He says an orange body or a yellow body. Sometimes the orange body is also ribbed with a black silk, which is probably my favourite style of this pattern. So this is the one I'm going to dress. So simply come in with your orange silk and start it about 2 silk wraps behind the eye of the hook. Then catch in your thread 3 or 4 tight turns of silk before trimming off the waist. And now, to get a nice even body, what we've got to do is we've got to mount in our rib straight away, so we don't get any bumps at the back end of the fly when we mount the rib in, as we would do if we mounted it in the back. So we're going to put it in the front here. Just catch it in with the silk, pull it to so there's hardly any silk showing, and then use your silk, keep it taut, and then you use it to form your body. So I'm coming down in tight touching turns, and because I've kept that black silk rib quite taut, it's ensuring that each preceding turn of silk will be tight up to the next. Now, you want to keep your fly body reasonably short. The tradition is to keep it somewhere between the point of the hook and the end of the barb. Because I'm using a barbless hook, it's somewhat difficult to judge, but I'm quite happy with that length there. Now again, come with your silk in tight touching turns and bring it back up the body and the fly. And you want to finish your body silk about 6 turns of thread back from the eye of the hook. This will give you enough room to put in the hackle as well as a nice head for the fly. Now, with your silk, to form the rib, just simply come over that orange body in nice symmetrical turns. And it's important when you do the rib is that you wrap your ribbing material in the same direction as you wrapped your original silk. This is important because then when you come to trap it in, you're actually working with the thread. So it's actually binding that rib down. If you go the opposite way around, it has a tendency to slightly loosen that thread. So we always want to go in the same direction as the initial wraps of silk. Now, to prepare this golden plover hackle, we come in with nice, as I say, it's quite a greyish, lightish coloured hackle, and we start to expose the tip of that fly, of that hackle, like so. take your scissors, just trim down that tip so you've got a nice little tip there to tie it in with. Now catch it in with 3 or 4 nice firm wraps of silk, so it's not going to go anywhere. If you've got any excess tip, just cut it off away from the eye of the hook so it's nice and clean, and then come in with your hackle pliers and start to wrap the hackle. Now, people get into arguments about how many turns of hackle you need to take. Some people say only 2, but to be honest, there is no hard and fast rule in this number. A lot of people tie them overly sparse. Personally, I like to go at least 2.5, possibly 3 turns of hackle, which gives me a more buggy looking fly. And as the trout starts to take the fly, the hackle fibres will start to fret away and start to be bitten off. So you want a reasonably dense hackle there. Once you're happy with that, bind it down with 2 wraps of silk. Come in with your whip finish tool and take 3 nice firm wraps for a whip finish. You don't want to take too many turns. You want a nice small head to the fly. And that there is Pritz number 1, the water cricket.